I participated in one of the most enjoyable experiences of my model railroad career on May 18th, the Steamtown Get-Together. I'm going to tell you about it right now. Hi, I'm Roy Smith. In last Saturday's video, I provided an overview of my railroad and model railroad activities during a recent trip to the States. I promised that I would describe these activities in greater detail in upcoming videos. Well, the first of my activities was the Steamtown Get-Together on May 18th, and I want to share that experience with you today. You'll recall that Steamtown is a National Historic Site run by the National Park Service. It is located in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Steamtown features a roundhouse, turntable, and locomotive repair shops, along with a visitor center, theater, and museums. There are lots of historic locomotives as well as freight and passenger cars at the site. You can learn about the history of railroad transportation and go on excursion train rides at Steamtown. Sparky 107 organized this event. We model railroaders and YouTube video creators were able to get together at Steamtown thanks to his efforts. I'm going to put a link to Sparky's channel down below. I urge you to go over to his channel and check it out. Be sure to subscribe and tell him Roy Smith sent you. I can't begin to describe how much fun my wife Leonore and I had during the Steamtown event. So let me just show you what our day was like. On Friday, May 17th, my wife Leonore and I drove the 90 miles or so from my mother's house in central Pennsylvania along Interstate 80 and 81 to Scranton in northeastern Pennsylvania. At the time, we were visiting my mother for 3 weeks. We stayed at the 4 Points by Scranton Hotel during our weekend in Scranton, along with many others who were participating in the Steamtown Get-Together. That same evening, many of us got together after dinner in the hotel lounge restaurant. We were a rowdy bunch. For me, it was a delightful opportunity to meet so many of my online friends in person for the first time ever. The big day began the next morning at 8:30 in the parking lot at Steamtown. Here you see everyone arriving. Altogether, something like 80 people showed up. As I said, Sparky 107 organized this event. Here you see him welcoming everyone. During his welcoming remarks, Sparky presented me with a Scale Trains N-Scale Big Blow turbine set. And here you see Sparky's incredible gift sitting on my layout back in Panama. Sparky, there's no way I can thank you enough. I really appreciate it. You will see a lot more of the Big Blow running on my layout in future videos. I also want to thank Wilmer for the shirt, Ben for the mug, and Joseph for a hat. I sent the hat to myself in Panama in a box of stuff that hasn't arrived yet. This is 4012, which sits next to the parking lot because it's too big to fit on the turntable in the roundhouse. It's one of 25 big boys built for the Union Pacific. I would love to see it restored the way 4014 was in Cheyenne, though I understand it was stripped of some parts in order to help restore 4014. All right, let's go into the roundhouse where Baldwin Locomotive Works number 26 is being brought out of the roundhouse for its day's work. This BLW 060 locomotive was built in 1926, right here in Pennsylvania. It was used for industrial switching during its operational career, but now it serves as the primary mover for Steamtown's passenger excursion trains. It is preparing for one of its 4 30-minute excursion runs that take place each day. We really enjoyed riding on this train. A pedestrian bridge crosses the Erie-Lackawanna tracks from Steamtown to the marketplace at Steamtown, a mall where we went for lunch at the food court. It takes 10 minutes to walk the length of this long pedestrian bridge. This, of course, is Leonore on the pedestrian bridge. After lunch, we visited the roundhouse and museums. This is just one of the large number of locomotives inside the roundhouse. As a model railroader, one of my favorite displays is this HO scale model of the Delaware, Lackawanna, and West yard at Scranton on the second floor of the Technology Museum. This model shows what the yard looked like in 1937. The yard had many of the facilities that most railroad yards had during the steam era. This, of course, is where Steamtown is located today. At 4 p.m., we all made our way over to the restored Erie-Lackawanna dining car for dinner. The dining car was first built in 1949 and has been restored by the Erie-Lackawanna Preservation Society. As always on trains, the food was great. Sparky had a few more words to say to us during the dining car experience. Leonore and I shared a table and very pleasant conversation with Dean and Dolly from Minnesota during dinner. Well, that's how we spent our day on May 18th at Steamtown. What a memorable experience it was. Once again, I want to thank Sparky 107 for organizing the get-together. Without his efforts, this event never would have occurred. Now Sparky is suggesting that we may all get together once again next year in 2020 at Strasburg, Pennsylvania. Well, I spent a weekend in Strasburg at the end of my 3-week trip to Pennsylvania, and I can tell you that it would be a great place for our next get-together. I hope you will start making plans now to go there next year. After spending the day at Steamtown, we all drove over to the Hudson Model Railroad Club to see that club's awesome layout. I will take you to see the club's layout in next Saturday's video. Be sure to join me next Saturday. In other upcoming videos, I will show you the rest of the things we did during our time in Pennsylvania. Be sure to subscribe if you're new here and hit the little bell icon so that you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. I'd like to thank you for joining me during my visit to Steamtown. I'm Roy Smith. Until next time, happy railroading. I will see you again very soon.